Welcome to another review by the Clueless Dude. Let's get started.
How good could a $14 drill be? Well, let's find out. This is the Warrior. It's the 12-volt 3/8" cordless drill driver. It is currently technically not $14, but $14.99 over at Harbor Freight.
Basic features and what's inside the box.
Let's look at what came inside the box. Of course, we have the manual. The manual actually does have a few things we will go over shortly, including some of the cautions that they have. We also have the charger. The charger is a standard barrel type charger. This end obviously plugs into the wall. This end plugs into this 1.3 amp battery. And it will charge over, with this one it took me about 3.5 hours for it to fully charge right out of the box. There is a light here. When it's red it's charging. When it's green you know it's done. This battery goes into the base of the drill. The drill itself does not have a torque/speed setting. It's just got one speed setting on top. That is a plastic insert. It doesn't do anything. We do, however, have a trigger that has multiple speeds. In addition to that, on the top we have different torque settings. So that is, if you're not familiar with it, there's a clutch inside most modern drills, including this one. And depending on the setting, you can say if the drill exceeds a certain amount of pressure, the clutch will disengage. If you're screwing something into, let's say, something delicate, you would dial this down to a 1. If you want to make it as tight as it can get in a driver mode, you'd set it to 12. And if you're actually drilling in a bit into a wall or into something, you want it to just push as hard as it can and not stop, you go into the drill mode. And that's what I have it in right now. There is a forward and a backwards button, as in you'd have with all drills, and that's about it. There's a work light, and that's it. It's a very basic drill. It is, as I mentioned before, a whopping $14.99 on sale right now. And we'll give it a try. We're going to try doing some drilling, and we'll try driving in a few thick screws and see how it goes.
Let's test the Warrior drill with a 2-inch decking screw into some 2x4s.
Often entry-level drills are used for putting in screws into walls. So what I decided to do is to push it a little bit. Here we have a 2.5-inch decking screw. It's longer than the average homeowner is going to need to put up, let's say, a picture frame or something similar, or maybe a small plant hanger. This is 2.5 inches. These are two 2x4s that are not pre-drilled. I'm going to see if this drill can put this through two 2x4s without much effort. If you find this kind of testing useful, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. YouTube will not pay me unless I get subscribers, and I'm paying for this stuff out of my own pocket. Here goes the test. Let's see what it does. Wow, that went right in. Even countersunk it a little bit. Came right back out. And wow, this is a little bit toasty. The screw is a bit toasty, not the drill. This is actually from the friction, pretty warm. The drill itself, hey, no temperature change. So, here you go. If this drill can put in this 2.5-inch decking screw into two 2x4s with no pilot hole, it can put up your picture frame without much of a problem. I hope this helps. And again, if you enjoy this kind of testing, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button so I get paid by YouTube so I don't have to live under a bridge.
Let's test the Warrior drill with a 1/4-inch drill bit into some 2x4s and see how it goes.
A lot of times these entry-level drills are being used to put up, let's say, picture frames or small plant hangers. Typically you use a drill bit smaller than a 1/4 inch. This is a 1/4 inch drill bit. I figured if I test with this, it'll let you know for sure that using a smaller drill bit won't be any problem when you go to install a photo frame or a very small plant hanger or something along those lines. I love making these videos, and you can help me make these videos in my retirement by hitting that subscribe button so that YouTube will pay me for my time. Here it goes. I'm going to do one more hole just so it's clear it wasn't anything unusual. Do it one more time here. Let's see what it does. Wow, that put it in without any problems whatsoever. So if your main goal is to just put in relatively small holes into 2x4s or through a wall board or something like that, this looks like it should do it just fine without any struggles. I hope that helped. And again, I like making these videos. If you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, it'll help me do what I like doing in my retirement, which is making these fun videos. All right, let's try it again with a slightly thicker bit.
Let's now test the Warrior drill with a 7/8-inch bit and see how it does.
I'm going to now do a very unfair test, and that is test this with a 7/8 inch spade bit. You'll notice that the tip of the spade bit is rather smooth. In other words, it's not a self-feeding spade bit. That'd be completely unfair. This one is a standard spade bit, not a speed version of it. If you have, by the way, a low-end drill or a weak drill, speed bits will often jam, and I don't think it's a fair test. So I'm using a spade bit with just a normal point on it, and we'll give it a try and see what happens. And again, I'm not going to hold it against this drill if it can't do it. This is me just abusing it to see if it will do it. And the answer is yes, it will do it. There's a little bit of a struggle. Any smoke you see coming on is coming off the bit and the wood. It's dust or a little bit of smoke. It's not coming off the drill itself. The drill is a little bit warm. Battery's fine, but again, I'm abusing it. The reason I did this is not to see if it could really do it. It was to show you that if you're a renter or a homeowner and you just need to drill that's just good enough to put up picture frames and things like that, this has the power to do it. But the question is it better than, let's say, the HyperTough equivalent? And I'm going to be putting out another video within the next week doing a side-by-side comparison of the two. So look for that coming soon, or by the time you see it, it will probably already be up and linked in the description below.
You see some of the tests I performed on this drill. Now let's talk about the conclusions about the Warrior 12-volt drill for under $20.
So what do I think of this drill? Well, at the sub $20 range, I think it is fine. The chuck's got a little bit of a wobble to it. It's not too bad. It won't affect your drilling. At least this one does. If you're just putting up, let's say, picture frames or something very light, like a light picture frame, a light plant hanger, or anything like that, this should be plenty good. The charger, well, it's a little bit slow and it's got the barrel style attachment. What do you expect for under $20? I think it is perfectly fine. The only thing which I found kind of surprising was in the manual, it warned do not leave the drill on the charger for more than 5 hours, otherwise you might damage the batteries. So if you're the kind of person who likes to leave things charging overnight for 8 or 10 hours, this may not be for you, but if you don't mind knowing that you have to take it off the charger within 5 hours, it is fine. A question that someone should probably be asking is, how would this compare against other $20 drills? Well, I'm going to run out and get the HyperTough $20 drill and see how it does side by side. I'll be putting a link to that in the description below and also at the end of this video. I do have one last request. I pay for this out of my own pocket. It gives me something to do in retirement. So please, all I ask is that you hit the subscribe button and maybe the like too, but definitely the subscribe button. The way YouTube works is, unless you get 500 subscribers, they won't pay you. And I'm doing this out of my own pocket so that I have something to do in retirement, and I'm really enjoying it. Thank you for your time, and I hope you have a great day. I hope this helped.